Hello, my name is Daniel Jacob Horine, and I'm the artist behind Popfly Pop Shop. And this here is my release, Mr. October. It is a collaboration with the legendary Reggie Jackson, one of the greatest baseball players of all time. So I wanted to take a moment and walk through a little bit of the why behind the what of how this piece came to be and how I thought about it along the way. Now, initially, I knew I wanted to incorporate the moon. It's a visually romantic element, and with this association with October, I knew it was going to be a great motif. So from there, I took it into 3D, and what I do often is I make a 3D model. Now, this helps not only for reference, but it also helps me as an artist look at a familiar pose in a new way. Now, Reggie's follow-through is legendary. His silhouette is immediately identifiable. So I knew that I wanted to have the moon, and I wanted to have this very classic pose of Reggie Jackson's in this piece. So then I got to work on the illustrations. Even though I had done a few preliminary sketches, I didn't know exactly where I was going to go with this, but I knew I wanted that follow-through, and I knew I wanted the moon to play heavily into this design. So then I got to work. I worked on a couple of those 3 images that I had posed, and then I also had done some other stuff too as well. And I'm still leaning towards the very traditional image of Reggie Jackson. When you think of Reggie Jackson, when you hear Reggie, these attributes of his persona come to mind, flashy and confident. And that's where I thought this piece was going to go, was to be a very expected piece that would reflect a lot of those attributes. But as I got into it, and as I watched the documentary Reggie, my view on that changed. My view on him changed. And while that persona was very much a part of what he created, there's a much deeper man here, much deeper than I had realized before. There is more to his mission. There is more to him. There is a man here that is fighting to have his voice heard. So even though I did, almost finished pieces with some of these other elements, it wasn't exactly where I wanted to go with it. So I walked it back. I walked it back to basics, and I took away all the things that didn't need to be there. And I wanted this to be the antithesis of what you would expect a Reggie Jackson piece to be. And I wanted to take it down to my original vision and create something elegant and elevated and minimal and classic. My mission with this whole project is to tell stories that are unexpected and find new stories in old places. And in this piece, with how it came out, I find it's just that. And oftentimes in my project, I will amplify stories. I will make them larger than what they were. I will make them grander and have higher stakes, bring hyperbole, visual hyperbole to the pieces. But with this, I felt I was able to say more of a story with fewer words. When you hear the name Reggie Jackson, it comes with a whole lot of adjectives, flashy and confident and over the top and larger than life. But the fact that this piece is none of that, I think that tells a more interesting story, a bigger story, a story bigger than just the persona he had on the field, but a story about the man.